Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Today, alright, there we go. Our favorite, Motus is right outside the Prospector Saloon, and he's about to go inside and see what adventure awaits him. Oh, hello, dog.
Cheyenne, stay.
Yes, Sunny Smiles, that's what's her name.
Don't worry. She won't bite unless I tell her to.
Hello, Sonny. Doc Mitchell the guy who patched me up, told me you can teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing. Meet me outside.
So she wants you to meet her outside in the back of the saloon. A very important aspect. If you're going to steal anything, steal it now. The only person in the saloon at this moment is this guy right here in the bar. And in this instance, I'm just gonna drop a quick save real quick. I am going to kill him because he deserves to die. Because he's in my way when it comes to stealing. In this playthrough, for those who are not who have joined in the second part, I'm showing off maximizing experience in Good Springs itself, the tutorial area, to get to the maximum level without using glitches or any sort of exploits in the game. This is specifically using what the game gives you and using it to its full advantage. So I guess you can say exploit, but when I think of exploit, I think of glitches in that. And going over something that was not designed for the game. So for right now, I have the single shotgun. He's now dead. No one... great thing about this game is because no one saw that. No one knows I did it. It's as simple as that. In 3 and in some aspects 4, they have like psychic vision where if you kill someone, even though you are hidden and no one knows where the bullet came from or anything like that, they'll be like, oh, whatever, it's not a and they would be like, oh crap, that guy obviously killed him. We're just gonna assume it off the top of our head, and that's too bad. That guy's going to die now. In this game, the great thing about it is you can be stealthy. You could literally be right behind a person and just knife them in the back, and it will count as a sneak attack and kill them. And if a person's directly across, they'll be like, whatever, it could have been, he could have had a heart attack or something. It wasn't a big deal. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's loot him real quick. I will take his hat because it's a nice hat. Ooh. Anyway, the reason I killed him, and you want to steal from this place, as I said in the first part, we have taken Logan's loophole, and we want to drink as much as possible. That way we can get some experience from it. So there is vodka, beer. And this is the first Magnum revolver. This is a very useful weapon early on. I did not mean to steal that. Oh wow. Did not mean to take the empty one. Oh, there's a scotch here. Okay. Also might as well steal the money from the cash register because you're a nice guy like that. Another thing. The reason I came in through here, instead of lockpicking through this door, is because you want to first do the terminal first. If there is an instance where there is both a terminal and a locked door, where the terminal will unlock the door, do the terminal first, and then unlock the door manually. Do not use the terminal to unlock it. The reason why this is the case is because of the fact it's to maximize experience. So, going over hacking in this game, how hacking works is you get 4 attempts. These attempts you can get more, but I'll go over that as I continue along. But it's a matching game. So, for example, if I start off doing retreat, 2 out of 7, that means 2 letters out of the 7 letters are in the right place. So, if the R and the E are in the right place, I have to look for something that begins with the R and the E. If the T and the A are in the right place, I need to look for something that has the T here and the A here. So, for right now, so retreat has 2 letters, 2 instances. The next one I see that has something similar to retreat would be, no, the E's there, but no. Content would be the next one. That one has 1 out of 7. So that means most likely it's either the E or the T is in the right place, but the rest is bad. So streets might be the benefit here. Streets are 2. So I used 2 tries. I have 1 try left. If I were to click another one of these, it will lock me out instantly. What I can do instead is look around here for any sort of symbols that match each other. What do I mean by that? Wow, there's actually none here. Yeah. Here is an example of symbols. Anything that has the same facing both directions and are not in place of a word. So if I were to click this, now it will either do one or 2 things. It will get rid of one of the words for me. That way it will make my job easier, or it will refresh the amount of tries I have. So I already did these 2. I can't click these 2 again. So continuing onwards, let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, there's nothing else here. Something else you can do if you don't want to get locked out. You can exit out of the program by clicking tab. Oh, sorry. By clicking power on the bottom there, or I don't know. I believe it's the right click on the mouse, and then you can log back in, and you'll get 4 tries again. Faction, there we go. So I finished this. Now, I could disengage the lock here, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to... Is there a way to back out with normal buttons? I actually don't know off the top of my head. No. I'm just going to click the power button to escape, and then go here and do the lock myself. So how you do it is, you control the direction of the top pick by moving your mouse left and right. So left and right. Then when you want to try to pick the lock, you use A to turn the lock. So right now, it's right there. There we go. That's for maximizing experience with those. More whiskey, beer, dirty water, purified water. Since it's sarsaparilla, I will always take. Salesman Weekly, meeting people. Take all of those. More whiskey and scotch. There's a floor safe right here that's hard. Remember that for later. It's similar to the average lock safe in one of the houses. So, after all that, time to drink. As you see, I got the first rank of Day Tripper, and I got 50 experience for that. Also, as a heads up, the pool cue here is an actual melee weapon if you want to use that as a weapon. If you're actually going melee build. So anyway, continuing onwards. Notice how, there's the next challenge. I can stop any time. So I have to drink another 25. I don't have any off top anymore, right? Okay. There's another fixing things right here. Oh, well, I think that's it here. I actually want to check something real quick. Does this disengage that safe on the bottom? Yes, it does. I'm doing this because I'm very certain there's no real way unless you maximize your lockpick to be able to get this before you leave the area. And if you maximize lockpick, you're going to miss out on other things, such as certain speech checks. So let's repair this revolver. You can repair a weapon by clicking on next to it, and if there's a weapon that can be repaired that is useful, that you can repair your weapon with, that you're repairing. That makes sense. If I'm repairing the single shotgun, if there's another weapon, let's say for example some other shotgun, and it works with a single shotgun to repair, I can use that to repair it. This also works for clothes. So I just want to see real quick. How does this look? Nah, I look like a settler. I don't want to look like a settler. Let me get rid of this. I don't really like that either. We'll just go with the normal one for right now. And the cowboy hat. Yeah. Actually, no, I like the other hat. Yeah, it looks fancier. Other than that, let me see what's behind this door real quick. Nothing else, right? Yeah. That is everything you can do in this area. By the way, later on, killing that guy has no consequence, as a heads up. As long as no one sees you. These crates you can take. Heads up, I can't go into any of these, right? I just want to make sure. Fairly certain I can't. Okay. There is a mailbox, though. That has nothing useful in it. Great. Does one have anything useful? Cartoon cigarettes I will take. Turpentine is useful for survival later on, but we don't need that yet. Just going forward, before I suggest talking with Sunny Smiles, or getting close to her, I'm going to unlock this place as the fast travel, the Good Springs Cemetery. This is just a useful fast travel for later on in the tutorial, because you do need to come here for a specific item. Anyway, going back now.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there?
So, she gives you a gun and you have to shoot
a couple of them.
3 of these sarsaparilla bottles. Just showing you basic tutorial about shooting. You hold in right to right mouse or left trigger on a Xbox 360 controller or Xbox One controller. I don't know what it is with PS3 3 or 4. But anyway, you can shoot.
That's the right idea. Look down the sight.
This talks about aiming.
Try crouching down and staying still. Up your aim.
And you can crouch to steady up your aim,
Nice
which
shot.
is control or
Well,
B.
that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn.
Always say okay, I'm in, no matter what. She will give you ammo. She's just saying, hey, I need some help clearing out some geckos down by the river because I accidentally skipped that. But say okay, I'm in, just to get the more ammo, if anything. If you're not interested in it, still take it because of the fact that you can get money. You can get money from the ammo she gives you.
Follow.
So notice I'm 5 out of 21. If you follow her, she will give you ammo when you guys reach the area. Also, another interesting thing of note, if you miss all your bullets over there, she'll give you new ones. So you don't have to worry about if you can't hit 3 shots of the Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles. Come on. So, we're now at the area. She will probably, if I remember correctly, she gives us a total of like 60 bullets. We'll see. I'm 5 out of 21, and...
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Oh, it's not yet. It's after you clear out the first well. So, I just clicked Q. This puts out VATS, the Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, or VATS for short. That's pretty much is uh, your probability of hitting something. So if I were to click this, that will do the shot for me. It will assist me in the shot, and it will give me a 10% chance of hitting this gecko in the torso, or in the head, or the arms. The head will be 8%, the arms will be 14 and 1 respectively, and the legs will be 3%. And I don't even have vision of this one right here. I can't even get a hit on that. So normally what you do with VATS is you just use it to spam the head.
Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
So as you'll see here, I'm going to double headshot him. Missed the first one, but the second one killed him. I'm actually going to switch weapons for this real quick. Actually no, I'm going to keep it out because in fact I want to show how many bullets you get. I don't know when she does it. She actually killed that one. I suggest always taking the meat from them. I'm taking the hide just because it's sell later. Because I know, because of the fact that I can also use these later on to make armor, but I would rather just sell them, to be honest. So if you go back to her.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Sure, I'll come with you.
Shouldn't take more than a couple
She gives you
minutes,
60 more rounds.
Come with me.
So I was right, it's 60. So you can just go ahead. I actually recommend going ahead because this is the first instance of where you can actually get favor with good springs if you're fast enough. Why is that? Well, because in the third well over here, there's going to be a person who's going to be attacked by geckos, and you can save her. What I normally suggest is, before you have to reload, you can go into VATS and do 2 shots, and it will reload in VATS, so you can get a maximum time with your reload. Unfortunately, I killed him there, so VATS got cancelled, but the point is, I don't have to go through this full reload animation as they're moving normal speed. Continuing onwards, this lady's being attacked. Could shoot her. Got all 3.
Help! Howdy.
And if you talk to her.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here
Also,
like
what's
you've
her
done,
eyes? Only her
I'd
eyes
be
are a
gone
lot
for
better
sure.
rendered.
I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
So in that instance, I get fame. What fame does is, in the area, if I have high fame, if I do a lot of good things for people that they see, what happens is I get in like better shopping prices for it. So like, because if I'm really liked with Good Springs, they're gonna be like, oh crap, it's you. You helped us so much. Here's a discount for you. If I am hated by it, normally what would happen is if I'm hated enough, they will attack me on sight. But that's overall how that works, how reputation works. There are a few instances where groups will hate you, but they can't shoot you on sight because of something you have. For example, later on, we'll be going into Caesar's Legion, and if you have the mark of Caesar, they will not shoot you on sight. It's pretty much like a second chance. A karma reset, if you will.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble.
I will take the money.
One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for your...
Couldn't hurt.
Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Let me think now. Bring those...
Okay. So, I've just got my first level up. For this instance, I want explosives to 25. Speech will be going to... probably 35 most likely, because I have the magazine. Even though I just need, actually no, I'll put speech to 30 because I have the speech magazine. For everything else is going into lockpick because I need to get to that safe as fast as possible. The first perk, You don't have to worry as much for level 2 perk at the moment because you will get a reset. As of right now, well, as of New Vegas, the one great thing about New Vegas is your gender doesn't affect bonus damage anymore. What do I mean by that? In Fallout 3, and this is also in Fallout 4, if you are a male character, your character is automatically designed to be in love with female characters. To be able to only affect female characters. What do I mean by this? Well, for options when it comes to extra damage, you would not get the chance for Confirmed Bachelor. This is only New Vegas, where you would have, you would do 10% damage to the same sex, specifically, in this case, male opponents. For female, it's Femi La something or whatever. But, anyway, with this, the Confirmed Bachelor perk, this does extra 10% damage to male opponents, and you get unique dialogue when it comes to people who are gay or bi, sort of say. In 3, you did not have this option. In 3, you only had Lady Killer. And same with in New Vegas, you only had Lady Killer if you're a guy. If you're a girl, you only had Black Widow. And Lady Killer, what it does is 10% damage against female opponents. Outside of combat, you have unique dialogue to the opposite sex. In this game, there are more male opponents than female opponents. So Confirmed Bachelor, if you're going to if you want maximum damage, you will most likely always be taking this. For my character purposes right now, because I'm trying to maximize experience from the tutorial area, instead I will be going into intense training for right now. Actually, no, sorry. I'm going to go into Swift Learner, that way I can get more experience. So the next quest starts because I just cleared out the geckos at the well. She says she's going to teach me at survival. She wants me to get a wow, English is hard. Let me get to this. Let me get to the quest. By the campfire, find a Brock flower and a Xander root. You can actually get both those items right where I'm looking at over there, but over there is the end of the tutorial area, and that's where they want you to respec your character. I will show that in the second part of it. Actually, I'm going to quickly save, and I'm going to walk over there and show you where they are. Okay. Hey, look, a gecko. And it doesn't matter if I hit him, I saved anyway. Also, finish carry onwards. I'm just showing you where it is. So right here, this is a Xander root, and a Brock flower, if I recall off the top of my head, is not that way. Brock. Or is this it right here? Am I that much of an idiot? It is, wow. Okay. Also, bye, gecko. But yeah, that's both the Brock flower and the Xander root. That's literally right from the campfire. But for this playthrough, I am going to do it so I don't get out of the tutorial area. So just before I do that, I just want to show what's over here first. In here, if I remember correctly, there is some mattresses. Yep. Nothing in the suitcase, right? Yep. This is specifically more for an area where you can sleep if you're playing survival mode. Nothing over there. This is normally where the first instance where if you sleep, Malcolm Holmes will come up. You could also sleep by where you put your items in the trailer over there. And this is the campfire, by the way, as a heads up. X to exit. That's how you do it. If you go past there, you're going to get out of the loading zone, so I don't want to do that. The tutorial zone. So for right now, I got the Good Spring Cemetery specifically because that's where the Brock flower is. What happens though is, in this quest only, blowflies appear. These guys are little jerks, especially in Fallout 4. Oops, not gonna do that. Oh, also Box Scorpion right there. First things first, I'm gonna kill this guy. That way he doesn't hit me from behind. That's one guy. I'm gonna switch weapons because I'm low on ammo. Since as you just saw, I'm low. My weapon condition is low, so sometimes when I reload, he has to fidget with the gun because it's in a bad condition. There we go. I don't really need the meat actually. So the block flower is right here, where I'm facing. Also, a good thing to pick up since you're in the cemetery right now is over here is the snow globe for Good Springs. Take it. This is very valuable later on. This will give you 2,000 caps when you get to New Vegas. Also, the areas around here need a shovel to dig. I will go buy a shovel in a little bit. But continuing onward, so that's the block flower that is in the Good Spring Cemetery. The other place I want you to go is the schoolhouse, which is why I was holding off on going there. Also, over to the left of the schoolhouse, which I have not visited, is Victor's shack. In Victor's shack, Victor is the guy who pretty much dug you out of the grave. I'll show him a little bit. Okay, yay, jumpy. Victor. That's Victor right there, the robot. So I'm gonna talk to him a little bit and you're gonna find out about it.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that. I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Anyway, it's a right. I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers. Happy trails!
That's Victor. You can go in his shack. I will go into it in a little bit later on. For right now, I'm going to continue heading over to the schoolhouse here. The enemies here are aggressive. They're very annoying, I should say, in general. They don't really drop anything useful except for food if you're going survival mode. Actually, I'll just show. Mantis 4-leg. Actually, that's not even the food. They should have food. These guys don't have food on them. Oh well. This here is the Xander route, by the way. Now they want you to go back to the campfire, but before that, I'm going to show the schoolhouse now. Unique thing about these grasshoppers is the small ones you can step on and kill them like that. If they're small enough. Specifically, I believe if you have enough strength, you can do it. If I remember off the top of my head. There we go. That's everyone in this. That's all the mantises in the schoolhouse. Okay. In the schoolhouse itself, baseball glove, nothing useful. There is a salesman weekly down here. There is also, before I go to the safe there, that safe is very important, a programmer's digest, None of that's useful. Bobby pins, so we can lockpick more. Okay, nothing else here. Okay. So, the other thing useful in the schoolhouse is this safe here. This is, for speedrunning the game, this safe is extremely valuable. The reason why is it has a guaranteed spawn of a particular item that is useful when it comes to rushing to New Vegas. First, I'm gonna do this this terminal real quick. I will cancel out once I find the right one. I found it. It's stormed. Okay. As a heads up, to maximize experience, do not disengage the lock here. Exit out, and then you can open the safe with lockpick. I need a lockpick of 25 or greater. I will come back to this just to maximize the experience, because I'm going to be leveling up lockpick a lot early on for this build. For this tutorial. Continuing onward is fast travel back to the campsite. And do that part of the quest. As a heads up, be very careful when continuing on with. Be very careful when continuing on with this, because once you pass this point, certain events will happen where you need to make sure you have your skills ready. Make sure you have skill magazines ready. Talk.
Let me see what you got. Alright now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
So we're gonna make some healing powder.
Hey, that's not bad, see? Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
So at this moment now you can speak to Trudy. So we're now going to go back to Good Springs and head to the saloon.
I'm done being nice.
What's going on here?
If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
Sounds fun if I'm evil.
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
What do you want?
Hello, Drone Cobb. Drone Cobb, he's a part of the Powder Gang, as this is a different faction. His Powder Gang is unfortunately aren't that major of a faction in this game. Same with Good Springs. These are both just minor little towns and groups. So the reason I'm talking to him right now is very important speech. One of the first speech checks in the game.
He's some traitor who would serve these.
I'm sorry. Specifically, you want to talk to him about, is this area your territory?
It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the NCR prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots.
Okay. What were you in prison for, since you busted out of a prison?
None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question.
Well, I just want to know so I can watch my step, man.
Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
That's nice. Now at this instance, you have a choice in the matter. If you want, you can side with the Powder Gangers and take over this town. If not, you can just let him be on his way. You can continue asking him. We're gonna find out. For those who don't know, what's going on in the rest of the wasteland?
Same old shit that's been going on for years. The NCR and Legion are still fighting over Hoover Dam for some reason.
As a heads up, the reason they're fighting over is because it's a major source of power. The NCR is pretty much like it's the new California Republic. It's kind of like trying to reestablish the old government from when the bombs hit, when the Great War happened, when China and the U.S. launched nukes at each other. So continuing onwards, tell me about the Legion.
I've run with some tough gangs, but I gotta admit, they all got nothing on the Legion. I hear they stick you up on poles and it takes a while to die. I ain't saying I'm afraid of them or nothing, but I'll be staying out of their way.
Okay. And just a quick idea, what is the NCR?
New California Republic. Nothing new about it. Just a bunch of people with money and power pushing everyone else around. They've got troops all over the Mojave, but it's a big desert, so it's pretty easy to avoid them if you want.
Okay. Other than that, that's about it that Joan Cobb can tell you.
Yeah.
So he'll leave. If you want to take over the town after he leaves, he will be... Actually, I'm just going to show this real quick. He is going to be over there where I'm looking at. Right, directly where I'm looking at, he's going to be standing right there. Anyway, let's talk to this... Where the hell did Trudy go? The hell did she go? That guy is still there. Okay, I'm going to wait real quick. What's rating in this game? Wait is T, okay. We're gonna wait, like, we'll do 9 hours. That way it'll be morning, and that way she will come back in. Okay, Trudy, where are you? There she is.
Morning. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Thank you, Trudy. I overheard an argument. What was that
Looks
about?
like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
I just want